As we journeyed through self-hypnosis in the last video, we started to reshape those tricky beliefs and inner narratives. Completely convinced you that you don't indulge in any negative self-talk. Trust me, we all do. The pesky human brain, wired to keep us safe from harm, interprets the unfamiliar as dangerous, flooding us with fear and doubt. You might recognize these thoughts. I'm a failure, I'm worthless, I can't do anything right. Most of us have those thoughts all the time. Why? Because we live in a world that's primed to reinforce these insecurities. Media, advertising, well-meaning but misguided advice from loved ones, these messages creep into our subconscious and shape our internal dialogue. It's like we're constantly being programmed without even realizing it. Hey there, it's Alex Berman. On this channel, we talk about entrepreneurship, the digital nomad lifestyle, and personal growth. If that sounds like what you're interested in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's start learning together. The sad irony is that these primal instincts, these ancient mental scripts, are designed for a world that doesn't exist anymore. In our era of abundance, we're still slaves to a scarcity mindset, constantly telling ourselves there's never enough. We're convinced that we're different, that we somehow operate outside these norms. But the truth is, we're not. Yes, you have unique qualities and are capable of achieving remarkable things, but your brain isn't wired differently from the person next to you in line at the supermarket. We live in an era of abundance, with a wealth of opportunities at our fingertips. Yet our caveman instincts convince us to grasp at the first good thing that comes our way. It's like our internal software is still set to scarcity mode. This way of thinking can rob us of bigger opportunities both in our personal lives and business. Think about it. If you jump at the chance to work with a $2,000 client, you might miss the chance to work with a $10,000 or $100,000 client down the line. This is the illusion of scarcity at work. We need to shake off this lizard brain mentality and embrace the wealth of opportunity that surrounds us. This scarcity mindset gets into so many areas of our lives, even extending to our childhood. Many parents, driven by the best intentions, unknowingly limit their children's potential by putting a fear of straying from the conventional path into them. It's heartbreaking to think of all the people who've abandoned their dreams because they were persuaded to follow a safe and stable career path. Remember, most parents aren't doing this out of malice. They genuinely want the best for their kids, but they're trapped in the same scarcity mindset, believing that deviation from the norm spells disaster. We need to challenge these narratives if we're going to break free from our self-imposed limitations. And this starts with taming our own minds and challenging our limiting beliefs. This video, by the way, is part of our Digital Nomad series aimed to promote my new book, Digital Nomad Manifesto. If this resonates with you, then I highly recommend checking out the full playlist and also getting the book on Amazon by going to digitalnomadmanifesto.com. It starts at only 99 cents. Stay tuned as we explore more concepts related to health, wealth, and love. So let's dive deep into this whole mind game. We're all carrying around this supercomputer in our heads, which pretty much determines how we see and experience the world. It's like how your laptop's operating system works. If it gets a virus, weird stuff starts happening on your screen, or it might even stop working entirely. Same deal with your brain. It's driving the ship. If you're running dodgy software up there, you can bet it's going to mess with your reality. So let's get our hands dirty and start some mental debugging. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm not so bad, but hear me out. Our minds can be sneaky. Let's consider Bernie Madoff, the big shot who got busted for running a massive Ponzi scheme. This guy was loaded already, but somehow he thought stealing billions was a great idea. Why? Well, there's this theory that his lousy school grades and feeling like a bit of a dud growing up might have triggered his downfall. His not good enough tape was stuck on repeat. The same thing can happen with well-intentioned advice from people we trust. I mean, your parents probably meant well when they pushed you toward being a lawyer or a doctor. It's just what they knew. They didn't have a clue that today you could rake in a fortune doing YouTube videos or selling avocado toast online. Look at KSI, the YouTube sensation. His folks thought he was wasting his time with the whole YouTube thing. But guess what? His teacher pointed out that KSI was earning more from YouTube than the teacher was from teaching. Boom, mind blown. I remember when I told my folks about my plans to travel the world. My mom nearly lost her marbles. She even tried to freeze my bank account. If I hadn't already distanced myself from her financially, I might not be here making these videos. You see, even when people have the best intentions, they can unknowingly throw a wrench in your mental gear. Running your own brain might seem like a big ask, but the thing is, you're already in the driver's seat. It's time we took a more active role in where we're headed, don't you think? So here's the kicker. If you want to run your own show, you got to stay on top of all these influences. It's like doing routine maintenance on your car. You wouldn't want it to break down on a road trip, right? The same thing goes for your mind. You got to keep checking under the hood. Now, I don't want to make it all sound doom and gloom. You're not up against some unbeatable supervillain here. It's more like a daily dance-off with your parents, your friends, the news, and even that part of your brain called the amygdala. They all contribute to the script running in your head. And here's the deal. If you let them call the shots, sure, you might score some wins. You might even taste what feels like happiness from time to time. But the real prize, that sweet taste of freedom, might always be just out of reach. So what do you say? Are you ready to take the wheel? That's all for today's video. If you found it insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to check out all our other videos for more valuable content, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep learning and stay motivated.